Hello, everyone. This is me, Hormel Schlong Pilot, and I'm here with
Dudditz.
that's Dudditz. Hi, Dudditz.
Hi.
So, this is kind of just going to be like I don't know. I got a few things I want to talk to you about, Dudditz.
Oh, uh-oh. What did I do now?
Well, it's not so much anything that you did. I need to gauge what kind of person you are if I'm going to be doing this project with you.
Uh-huh.
I mean, we've flown together, we've drank alcohol together, not at the same time.
No.
No, no.
Oh.
You still have to fly your airplane over to my city and take me and my kids up for a ride.
Yes. Actually, I have a trip planned when I get back. So when I get back, I plan on flying, doing the lake crossing.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
You know,
anyway.
the last video we did, I think I promised my daughter that I would do a Minecraft video that didn't have swearing. This one is not going to be Minecraft, I'm thinking. It'll be something else, right?
Okay. Yeah, sure.
So you guys can just kind of relax and just watch whatever it is that one of us are playing right now while we're having this conversation. So anyways, I guess my point is we can just swear now because she won't watch this. So
Okay. So who gives a fuck?
so I was flying with the first officer that I'm flying with right now.
Co-pilot.
Yes, co-pilot. Although that's
That's passe.
yeah, I mean he's really a pilot. What's a co-pilot? You
Yeah,
were once my co-pilot.
I was once your co-pilot. This is very true. And it was great because I had no responsibility. Henceforth, I was a co-pilot.
Yeah, and you were first officer Kirk, which is really weird.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, I was talking, and we're flying along, and I think we were over the Gulf of Mexico. We were coming back from Belize because we broke down in Belize, but then
Yeah.
we ferried it back.
Did they ever call you the sleaze from Belize?
No,
Okay.
I
Just had
think
to
I
ask.
think I seen her down there. I think I seen the sleaze from Belize.
Is that like the old joke? What do you call a Spanish lady with no legs? It's a consuelo. Consuelo.
Oh, that's bad. Actually,
I know.
no,
It's
no,
racist.
whatever. Who cares?
Yeah. I apologize. I apologize to any legless female Spanish descendant people that might be listening to this right now.
Yeah. Well, I was asking him. We're flying over, and it was just kind of a boring ride. And I thought to myself, I'm like, And I asked him this. I'm going to ask you this.
Okay.
What if let's say you died? Okay, you died, and let's say the Hindus were right. The Hindus are the ones that reincarnated people into like little rocks, right? Like if you're a bad person, you become like a fly, and then you become a rock, and then you just become dirt. Isn't that right?
Yeah, but sure.
Hindus or Buddhists or something like that.
That's
Okay,
right.
so we find out that they were right this whole time. Like that was the religion, and they're like, well, yeah, you guys, it was Hindu. So since you weren't a Hindu or a Buddhist or whatever the fuck it is, you had to get reincarnated into some very lowly piece of something, and you had your choice though. Because the guy was like, listen, I don't blame you because you're from Wisconsin. If you'd have been out here in the Himalayan mountains, then it'd be different. But your choice for a reincarnation from being Dudditz is either a tampon or a condom. What would you choose?
Boy, such great choices. I it's hard to say, I guess if I was either of those things, I wouldn't care because what they believe is that it's possible to come back as any life form, and you're talking about inanimate objects.
Nope. They believe in inanimate objects. You can come back as a rock, and then that's just where you're stuck for eternity because what's going to happen to a rock?
Well, here's the thing. If I came back as a rock, we've broken many rocks and everything like
It
that.
doesn't matter. For the purposes of this this conversation, you have to choose either a tampon or a condom.
Oh boy. Well, I'm lucky because if that religion is true, I don't have to make the choice. Something else makes the choice for me, apparently.
In this scenario, you have to make the choice. Go.
I really don't want to answer that question.
Dudditz, you have to answer this. This is an important this is important. I need to know.
Oh
I need to know what you
God.
would choose.
I think I'd actually have to. God, I think I'd have to. I just have to go tampon. I don't like the idea of being spewed in for some reason.
Well, that's actually a good. I'm going to tell you. I think you won. That's a good choice. That's a good. And I chose tampon as well. Now my
Okay.
co-pilot chose condom.
Really?
Yeah. And the thing is, I'm a very open and is it progressive where you
Yeah,
you
open-minded,
you
progressive.
accept
Sure.
everything.
You're non-judgmental. You're
No, I'm
open-minded.
non-judgmental. I'm pro gay marriage and women's rights and all that crap.
Yeah,
But
that shit
but
all around. Yeah.
shit, that's the
Yeah.
key word.
Hmm.
Because he's thinking to himself, oh, well, if I'm a condom, I'm just going to be getting, I'm going to be like basically screwing a chick. I won't have to deal with her blood. It's just going to be. So, yeah, I mean, your point is a very good point that actually we didn't bring up is that, you're basically, I mean, as a condom, you're basically
You're a cum
being,
catcher.
you're basically being pumped in the hiney by a dude because, it's around a wiener and it's going in you. So,
Right.
but the other thing is that imagine if you were on a wiener but then you're also going into some other dude's hiney.
Hmm.
Because, they use condoms too.
Right. Yeah. Here's another question. So, like, what if it's being used even with a girl for anal? Either way, you're getting shit.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we can save the subject of anal for another day, but I think you are, I think you made a good choice.
Well, you could also be stuffed with cocaine or an illegal drug and made to swallow by a dog.
I just seen a show on that, the mules.
Yeah.
Actually, they humans swallow those too.
They do.
Yeah. This guy had 64 little condoms of heroin or coke in his stomach.
Right.
Out of customs.
Right.
So yeah, I mean a tampon. You could get really lucky because some people just use tampons for I don't know for anything.
Well, it may be like, it's a girl who's late who thinks she's going to have her period any day, and then she doesn't actually get it, and you're just in there having fun.
Yeah. It's a good call. That's pretty deep, man. Pretty
No.
deep. But I'm glad you came to that decision because honestly, if you would have said, "Oh yeah, I'd be the rubber," I don't think I could do commentaries with it. I couldn't do these little shows.
So I passed barely F plus.
Yeah, yeah. You know what you got. Plus, click.
Barely.